Today, we're gonna make the cheesiest pizza you've ever seen. From toppings to crust, we're gonna use 12 different cheeses to make a pizza completely out of cheese and no other ingredients. Check it out. To make the crust, we're gonna start with a mixing bowl. We're gonna grab 1 cup of mozzarella cheese, 1 cup of cheddar cheese, 1 cup of shredded Parmesan. As a binder, we're gonna use this moon cheese stuff, but we gotta crush it up. So put it there and just start punching it. Once you've pounded your moon cheese into a fine powder, we're gonna pour about ½ a cup on top. This is gonna replace breadcrumbs so we can keep this 100% cheese. Now for this next ingredient, look over there. Huh? Like I said, no other ingredients except for cheese. Of course, we have to season our crust. We're gonna use some salt, cracked black pepper, of course, Italian seasoning for that delicious pizza flavor. You're gonna use a little bit of garlic powder and onion powder. Get in there with your hands and mix everything up. And remember guys, no other ingredients, only cheese. Mix everything up with your hands. You wanna squeeze everything together, get it nice and mixed up. And yes, I did add a couple eggs, but that's okay. Eggs are in cheese, right? I think, I'm not sure. But we're gonna make a crust, so we want this to be like a dough consistency. Squeeze it all together, make it nice and compact, and we're gonna form a nice cheesy dough ball, perfect pizza crust right here. Now we're gonna grab our pizza pan, we're gonna get some olive oil, put a generous amount of olive oil in your pan because you do not want this to stick. So make sure you get it on the sides and the bottom here. We want this fully coated. Grab our cheese ball. It looks kind of like a basketball, and we're gonna slam it right down and just press it down. It doesn't have to be perfect, you guys, because like I said, this is gonna melt down and form a perfect crispy crust. You just wanna push that cheese down into a nice, even layer. And once you've spread your cheese out side to side, we're gonna throw this into a 400-degree oven for about 20 minutes. And while our crust cooks, we're gonna prepare our sauce. As we mentioned before, this pizza is made entirely of cheese, so we're not gonna use that traditional pizza sauce. We're gonna show you how to make a delicious cheese sauce. We're gonna start with 1 cup of milk into our saucepan. Then we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of sodium citrate. This is an emulsifier that's gonna help that cheese melt down beautifully. We're gonna give that a stir just long enough to mix up that milk and the sodium citrate, and we're gonna add our cheese. We have 2 cups of delicious sharp cheddar. We're gonna add about 1 cup and stir that up until that melts. And as we simmer our sauce, we're gonna gradually add a little bit more cheese at a time until this sauce thickens up. Now, if your sauce is too thin, you can just simmer this a little bit longer, or you can add more cheese as needed until you have that desired thickness. And once your cheese has thickened up into that beautiful cheese sauce consistency, we are ready to add this to our pizza. Let's go check on our crust. All right, after about 20 minutes in the oven, our pizza crust is a beautiful golden brown color. We are gonna come over here and transfer this to our cooling rack. Get your spatula under it and slide it out very carefully. And this is gonna allow that crust to crisp up nicely and form a beautiful, thin, cheesy crust. And we're gonna leave this on the cooling rack for about 20 minutes to cool off, crisp up that cheese, come back and add some toppings. And once your crust is ready, we're gonna place that on our pizza pan. And we're gonna grab our delicious cheese sauce. Look at that, you guys. We're just gonna drizzle this on our pizza. This is gonna be the cheesiest, most delicious pizza you've ever had in your life. After your sauce is spread out, we're gonna add our cheese toppings. We're gonna add about 1 cup of mozzarella cheese on top, just like that. Now we're gonna grab our fresh mozzarella pearls. We're gonna grab a little handful, spread those out, place them evenly on top of your pizza. These are gonna melt down beautifully. Now we have some fresh sliced provolone. We're gonna throw a few of these on here. About 4 will do. And we have an aged cheddar cheese that we have cut into the shape of pepperonis. This is gonna be so fun. We're gonna throw our little pepperoni cheeses on top here. Just like that. And since we're not gonna add any peppers, we have a ghost pepper cheese here. We're just gonna grate some of this ghost pepper cheese on top. This is gonna provide a nice heat and wonderful color to this pizza. How did that get there? We're gonna throw it in a 400-degree oven for about 10 minutes, long enough to melt that cheese. All right, our pizza is done, and look at that beautiful melted cheese. There's only one thing left to add. Say when. Just say when. Seriously, say when, please say when. Great. Now we can cut our pizza. Let's try a bite of our all cheese pizza. Oh my God, that's so good. You guys gotta try this. That is the cheesiest thing I've ever eaten.